Hey everyone, my name is Alex. I just passed all 4 parts of the CPA exams. I'm here making this video to help people who are on the track of being a CPA or who's trying to get their CPA license, trying to pass exams, any tips that I gained during my journey. So I hope this is helpful. So I took all 4 parts of the exam and passed them on my first try under 6 months. I started studying for financial accounting, auditing, at the same time while going to school. It was a lot for me at the time because I have to do a lot of the school assignments, a lot of school projects, and on the top of that, I have to do the CPA exam review. The review software is critical, and the software that I use is Becker, and I have not tried other study software out there, but I do believe that Becker is the software that can get you a pass as long as you get enough time put into it and also commit yourself to this exam. And on the top of that, I want to add that I really do think CPA exam is not an aptitude exam. It's more like you put in the time, the effort, the commitment, you will be able to pass type of exam. My background is in accounting from my undergrad and also my graduate school. And I do find that most of the material that Becker covered has not been covered in my undergraduate and my graduate courses. So I would recommend anyone who do have the same background as me to purchase a software to study for this exam. Is definitely helpful. For the other people who have other study material, I don't know how they are, but I would think that they're similar since they all have the similar AICPA release questions, and I think as long as you put the effort and then the time in it, you will do fine. So let's dive into the sections order that I took. I did a lot of research on which section I should take first and which section I should take last. In the end, I started with FAR. Secondly, I started with audit. Originally planned to take them, but in the end, when I actually start scheduling for the exam, I actually took auditing first, and then financial accounting, and business environment concept, and lastly, regulation. Out of the 4 exams, I do think financial accounting is the most challenging. Surprisingly, I did not think BEC is as easy as people say. And I think the easiest one is auditing, despite my background in taxes in my graduate degree. So let's go in and dive into how I study for them and how I plan for all my study time and also the method that I used taking the exams. So first of all, when I was studying financial accounting, it was a lot of review from intermediate accounting, advanced accounting. So there are not a lot of surprises for me while studying for it. But there are a lot of minutiae details that was not covered at all in my undergrad education or my graduate degree. So I really stick to the Becker material. I listen to all the lectures that they have. I think their lectures is kind of long, but I stick with it. I did not skip any sections. And then I did the practice test, or whatever they call it. It's the homework, I think. And then I took all the MCQs, multiple choice questions. And I repeat the same study method for all 10 chapters for financial accounting. And after the first round, I was not too sure of if I understand all the material. So I went back to study for everything again. I started with the lectures, do all the homework, and then do all the multiple choice questions. And take note that I did not skip any simulations at all. And I believe that there are a comprehensive examples of how multiple choice questions are, and they're a good mechanism for you to test your understanding on how to practice your knowledge for MCQ. So I did that twice for financial accounting. I put in maybe 250 hours or 300 hours in it, honestly. And that because that was my first section that I planned to take, so I really needed a pass. And all the rumors about financial accounting being the hardest part, it indeed is. So at the same time, I also started studying for auditing and studied for auditing over the winter break of 2018. And I would say auditing is the easiest section because maybe I'm more of a memorization person because I don't have to do a lot of calculations for auditing at all. I could just sit on my chair, sit on my bed, and just do multiple choice question all day, and then listen to a lecture, and then really read how it all links together and really read how it all plays out. As someone whose first language is not English, I do find auditing a bit challenging. But however, it's not something that's hard to overcome. So for the international candidate out there, CPA exam is not that difficult. As long as you have the basic command of English grammar and language, I think you would do fine in auditing. So then I studied for BEC after I have my first 2 pass on my financial and my auditing. I studied for BEC the shortest. I studied for it in 2 weeks because I was trying to meet the first quarter deadline for 2019, so I have to rush it. I gave myself 2 weeks and told myself that you have to do all that in 2 weeks, otherwise you're not going to be able to pass it. So I went a little bit on the extreme side. Whenever I walk, I would listen to the background audio. Whenever I was in the car, whenever I was showering, I would always listen to the background lectures. And whenever I have time, I would do the homework assignment. I will also do the MCQ nonstop. And unlike financial accounting that I went through twice, I only went through BEC once because of the time constraint. And finish all the mock exams. I think they're great tools to help you understand where you're weak at. So I did that, and I was able to pass BEC, and then get to my last section, regulation. Even though my concentration for my graduate degree is in taxation, I do find regulation to be more challenging than what it's supposed to be for someone who has the same background as me. So I went through regulations once, and I was able to understand, I would think, 70%, 80%. So I went through regulation again to really make sure that I catch the details I was not able to catch the first round. And doing the same method I was doing before, I read the lectures, I do all the homework assignments, I do all the multiple choice questions, I do all the mock exams. I did not skip anything because believe in the Becker method or whichever software material that you're using. If they're out there, there are so many experts that use their time to develop the software, so they probably know better than us. So just stick with your plan and you will be able to pass it. So after all that, I was able to finish my CPA journey under 6 months, and my score for financial was 84, and for audit was 80. For my BEC was 82, and for reg was 87. So they're all pretty good scores in my opinion. I did not get anything in the 90s to qualify for the Elijah Award, but I was happy I was able to complete this huge task of flying, and I was able to conclude my CPA journey with a pretty good score, and so that was good enough for me. And if I get enough people to view this video or enough response, I would go in more details of how I really studied for it and how my schedule looks like and how do I balance my life and my study and also my schoolwork at the same time. Thank you guys for watching, and feel free to leave any comments that you have in the comment area. I'll be sure to respond to them.